Alright, so we're going over all of 1127 here, and this is the official start of the Elbaf arc, and this first chapter is pretty fun actually. There's a lot to go over, so let's just get right into it. So the chapter starts in Elbaf, in a giant village, whose houses are also made of Lego-like blocks. Giants talk about the fire that suddenly started in the forest. They go to put out the fire so that it won't damage the Yggdrasil tree. We see the giants are shocked because there are giant bees falling from the sky, like if they were attacked by something. Another giants talk about something that happened in the forest. He says, according to the people in the forest, the rumble just now was the sound of Ear God falling to the ground. Another giant says, that can't be. How can something happen to a rabbit of that size? Cut to the big Stein castle, the Lego-like castle where Nami is in. All the castle is made of Lego-like blocks, even the trees around it. It seems the castle is located somewhere in Elbaf since we can see the Yggdrasil tree, a massive tree far away from the castle. So picking up from the end of the previous chapter where Nami woke up in the Big Stein castle, which is the Lego castle. So like we talked about before, not sure why this castle is Lego-like. It could be a devil fruit, or it could just be Elbafian architecture, or just this specific kind for this specific castle. Also, we talked about how the creator of Legos comes from Denmark, and Denmark, you know, back in the day did have Vikings. So I think this is probably what Oda is going for one way or another, but I also wouldn't be surprised if somebody has like a devil fruit that can do this Lego stuff. Also, name drop of Yggdrasil tree here. That's apparently the big tree that we've been seeing on Elbaf. Maybe it's another one, but I'm pretty sure it's this. I always thought it was the treasure tree Adam, the tree that the wood for the Thousand Sunny comes from. And it's also possible they're one and the same, or just Treasure Tree Adam is not on Elbaf like I assumed it was. We can see that Nami has defeated a giant bee thanks to Zeus' attack. Zeus asks Nami, where are they? And Nami, through tears, says she doesn't know. Last thing she remembers is they were on the giant ship. Nami, crying, says, someone help me. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji-kun, I will take even Usopp at this point. Am I out of my mind? I don't remember changing either. Where is this place? Am I in a dream? Nami sees something at the end of a hallway, and then she hears Usopp's voice calling her. She runs there but trips on a Lego block and falls to the ground. The floor is very bumpy. When Nami gets up, she sees a giant hedgehog in front of her. Nami's shocked face is very funny, lol. Nami runs from the hedgehog while she's trying to escape. Nami sees Usopp being attacked by a giant cat wearing a crown. Usopp wears a Viking outfit too and a fake beard. So Nami and Usopp end up running away together from the giant hedgehog and cat in a courtyard in the middle of a castle. However, Nami and Usopp decide that they must face the giant creature, so Nami and Zeus attack the hedgehog with a thunder attack and defeat it. Unfortunately, the giant hedgehog falls on a giant cat's head and the cat is electrocuted too. The giant cat is not KO'd and gazes furiously at Nami and Usopp. Nami says, I have a bad feeling about this, and Usopp says, same here. As they run away again, Nami asks Usopp if he has more information about what happened with them. Nami says, Usopp, how much do you know about our current situation? And Usopp says, when I opened my eyes, I was already in this place. You are probably the same, right? We were on the giant ship and getting drunk off of that. And Nami says, that's right, that alcohol. I think the giant said that it can make you hallucinate. Nami and Usopp stop because they reach a balcony. Usopp faces the giant cat since he thinks it's just a hallucination. However, the giant cat is real and Usopp is sent blown away. Nami and the giant cat fall together too from the balcony into the castle backyard where Usopp is after the giant cat attack. Suddenly, the giant cat transforms into a massive lion and attacks them one more time. Nami cries while she uses Usopp's body as a shield, but at the last moment, 3 guys arrive. Sanji says, for the crime of bringing my loved one to tears, you deserve death. Ifrit Jambe, Ipole strike. Luffy says, Gear 4, Gumu Gumu no Elephant Whip, and Zoro does the 3-sword style Black Rope Dragon Twister. In an epic double spread, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji appear doing a combo attack to defeat the lion that turns back into a cat when it's defeated. Double spread is nearly the same that is the one from chapter 162 where Luffy, Zoro, Sanji defeated a Sandoran lizard. They even used new versions of the same attacks. Alright, so this is what it's all about. Really cool to see this. Is it overkill? Absolutely. And I say that because like this cat that can transform into a lion, probably not strong enough to warrant a group attack from a Yonko and 2 of its top commanders. Now, why can it transform into a lion? Don't know. It's possible it ate a devil fruit, or it's just some kind of new magical race that we haven't met yet. Luffy even went gear 4 for this one, and Zoro used the 3 sword style move. And I know that with every new place that we get to, there has to be some sort of power creep implemented. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that there are going to be really powerful people in Elbaf, mainly the giants, of course. And they're all probably on the Yonko commander level, because why not? I mean, Dory and Bragi were able to hold their own against the freaking Gorosei. But anyway, still really cool to see them all working together here nonetheless, especially Zoro and Sanji. I appreciate that Oda is doing the callback to chapter 162 here, back when times were simpler. And also, like I said before, it's just rare that we get to see this stuff anymore, you know? Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji are wearing Viking outfits and capes. Luffy wears a helmet with long horns and has an axe on his back. Zoro has a mask on his eyes, it looks like ski goggles, and Sanji has a sword on his back like Nami. Zoro says, huh? Turns into a cat now. Sanji says, Nami-san, I've been so worried. Nami says, Sanji, I was so scared. Usopp even died. And Usopp says, I'm alive, darn you. I'll get you back for using me as a shield. In the amazing final double page of the chapter, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji are reunited in the castle backyard. We can see again the massive tree in the distance, probably the Yggdrasil. We discover that Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji were the ones that defeated giant bees and ear god Rabbit at the beginning of the chapter. Luffy says, the roasted rabbit we had just now was delicious. There are even bigger ones around here, though I'll beat them all up if they taste good. Zoro says, we should look for the sea in our ship first. We don't know what happened to our crew right now. Sanji says, since we're on the topic of food, the bees and hive you just sent flying. They're a great source of nutrients, you know? Nami crying in shock. How are you guys already used to this? Just where are we? End of chapter, break next week. But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, Hofsco, because I just picked up their Hov Alpha 26-inch electric fat tire bike, and this thing is absolutely incredible. It's probably my favorite possession. Just looking at it, it's incredibly aesthetic, but it also has a 1300 watt motor with a high capacity integrated battery that gives you a range of up to 80 miles per charge. It also has a max speed of 28 miles per hour, as well as a 450-pound payload capacity, along with an intuitive LCD digital panel, front suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, a Shimano 7-speed shifter, a headlight and a tail light, as well as a solid aluminum crankset. It also has this really cool thumb throttle that allows you to just cruise without having to pedal. Like I said, this thing is incredible. I feel so safe on the road with it, and it's so powerful. It easily blasts through hills and incline and goes through rough terrain and the forest like it's nothing. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get it, because it's kind of difficult to go through trails and unpaved roads with traditional bikes. I also don't own a car, considering that I live downtown in the city. I don't have to deal with like car insurance and parking and mechanics and any of that stuff. I just get around no problem with this bad boy. So guys, check the link in the description and make sure you use code BIGZ for $100 off. Thank you guys. So yeah, that's it. This is the beginning of Elbaf, and it's looking pretty good so far. I think it's going to be fun. Is it going to be a little bit of a slog to get to the really good stuff? Of course, this is One Piece, but hopefully it's not too sloggy, if you know what I mean. But let me know what you think about this in the comments, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.